Hey, thanks for coming back to watch yet another one of my videos. Are you sure you're feeling okay? No problems, no anxiety? Your health is in good condition? Reason why I'm asking is because you got to listen to this voice and look at this face yet again. Alright, today's video is all about these. Well, this is the case they come in. These are the TaoTronics Soundliberty 97 true wireless earbuds. Now they do use the SBC, AAC, and aptX codices. They do have a waterproof rating of IPX8. Now I would not submerge these in water or wear them in the shower. Definitely you should be okay if you're using them to work out and you sweat a lot, or like a light to a medium type rain. You should be fine in these. But still, regardless, as soon as you can, get them dry anyway. Always the best thing to do. The built-in microphones use the CVC 8.0 technology. Now I'm going to have to refer to my notes down here, so that's why I'm looking down. To tell you exactly what that means. Okay. The CVC 8.0 technology means that they use active vocal enhancement and background noise suppression. Told you it was kind of a mouthful. Why couldn't they say these were designed to make your voice stand out from the background? I don't know. Now, once you open the lid, not only do the earbuds automatically turn on, but they automatically go into pairing mode. Now, if you paired this already with your device, these will automatically search for that device and pair with it. These are also true mono mode. And what does that mean? Well, you take one out, you stick it in there, and now I can listen to music with this one while this other earbud is still in the case. And then when the battery gets low on that one, you simply put that back into the case to charge it and put the other one in your other ear. They do use touch technology or capacitive technology, whatever it may be called. So there's no buttons to press or anything. It's just a tap on the earbud. No, I'm not going to go into what tap does what. I'll put a diagram up on the screen, and hopefully that'll help you out better than me wasting your time telling you everything that does. Now they boast up to 9 hours of playtime, and I kind of believe that. The 9 hours would probably be there if you're listening. If you turn the volume up on the earbuds from 50% or lower, you'll definitely get those 9 hours. I generally listen or turn my earbuds anywhere from 65 to 70%. I myself got 8 hours and 25, maybe 30 minutes worth of playtime. So yeah, I do believe the 9-hour charge. And a 10-minute charge inside the case will give you 2 hours of playtime, and that's pretty good. Also, with the case, since there is a built-in battery, you get an additional 20 hours of playtime out of these earbuds, and I do believe that is actually a really, really good thing. Now, right about now, before I get into what these sound like, I'm going to play you an audio sample of the built-in microphones. This is an audio test of the built-in microphones in the TaoTronics Soundliberty 97 true wireless earbuds. I'm currently in my room. All the windows are shut, and I got it as quiet as I possibly can to make it the ideal situation for you to hear how these microphones perform. Now,
I am playing some simulated background noise just to give you an example of what it might sound like if you have to maybe be outside, in a mall, or in an office environment with some background noise. Now, with this background noise, I am going to open up my windows, and now both of my windows are open in my room with the simulated background noise, and this is what the other person will hear on the other end of the call. I hope this was a really good audio example of the built-in microphones of the TaoTronics Soundliberty 97 True Wireless Earbuds.
Okay, now that you heard what the built-in microphones sound like, which real quick I'd like to mention that I do like how they do that CVC 8.0 does kind of try to cut out the background noise and makes your voice stand out a lot more. But I think it's just a little bit too aggressive, because if you really go back in the video and listen to it again, one thing I kind of did in the test this time around was the background noise I turned up a little bit and then turned it back down just to see how these would react to, you know, a varying amount of sound for background noise. And for about a second or two there, they couldn't distinguish my voice from the background voice. So if you're in a really, really loud environment, I don't know how these would react. And that's kind of like what I was trying to get is how would these really and truly react in a very loud environment. But I still think they did a pretty decent enough job. Oh, one other thing before I go any further, I forgot to show you around the case. It has this nice matte finish, and of course there's TaoTronics, but you only get one LED light right there, and that's it. On this side, right here, is the charging port, and that's USB Type-C. On the back, right around in front of my finger, is the reset button. So if you need to reset the earbuds, you just press and hold that for 2 or 3 seconds and you're done. Of course, you do get some extra ear tips and a small little cable to charge it with. Now let's get into the sound. The bass, if you're a bass head, you love that deep rolling thunder, vibrate my brains out of my nose type of a bass, these are not going to be what you're looking for. Okay? The bass is nice and rich. It's very warm and it's very, very clean. What do I mean by clean? No matter what volume I turned the earbuds up, or my device up to, or both, the bass or the low end never got muddy. It always stayed nice and clean and warm through the whole thing. There is a tiny bit of a thump to it. Not much, but there is a good thump to it. But it's not overly bassy. The mid-range it easily punches through the mix. I mean, you can hear the vocals really crisp and clean through here. I mean, it kind of stands out a little bit in my opinion, and from what I hear. The mid-range stands out above the low and the high end just a little bit. Like if the low and the highs were set on, say, 7, the mid-range is set like 7.5. Just a tiny bit enough, but just enough so it makes everything nice and clean. The high ends are very crisp. I mean, you can definitely hear the cymbal hits, the horn sections. I mean, you can really hear the harmonicas, things of that nature. You can really hear it in here. It's a very well-rounded tuning to these earbuds. They kind of remind me of studio monitoring headphones. Basically, the way a record producer wants you to hear the music is kind of like what studio monitoring headphones are designed for. And that's what these kind of remind me of. And I love this type of sound out of here. The only thing that sounded better than these were the high-tune earbuds that I reviewed a while ago. If I remember, I'll put a link for those that video down in the description below. The only thing I can tell you about the sound that I kind of didn't like, when I turned these up all the way and my Samsung Galaxy S7 up all the way, sounded like once I started hitting like around the 80% volume mark and higher, the high end really kind of jumped up a little bit in the mix, and it didn't hurt my ears. It wasn't ear piercing. It didn't leave any ringings in my ears or anything because of the high end. But it just seemed like once you started getting past a certain volume level, the high end kicked in a little bit. So you might definitely want to try to stay below the, in my opinion, stay below the 80% mark. Okay, that's it. By the way, when you're charging it, this light will come on and stay on. When it's fully charged, that light goes off. Here's a funny thing. I didn't read the manual when I first got it. Okay, I just charged them up, popped them in, paired it, and started listening. Just to see right away, because I was kind of excited to get them in. When the batteries go low, you will hear a voice going, "Battery low." Kind of like, what? So that's kind of funny. So just to let you know that, you'll hear that. There's like a little dinging noise too or something when it reaches its maximum volume and lowest volume. I mean, read the instructions. Now here comes a PSA. No matter what earbuds you use, number one, make sure you got the right sized ear tips on them. Don't be surprised if you have to say use a size small in one ear and a medium or a large in the other. It's not uncommon. With me, I actually have to do that. This is the small, this is the medium. I have to do it. Everybody's ear canals are not the same. That might even be the same thing for you. So if you always have one that tends to keep falling out, change the ear tip and see what happens. Also, silicone ear tips, they're great, but they're not all made equally. Some are slightly thinner, some are slightly thicker, some are a little bit more soft, some are a little bit more stiff. When I can't seem to find, like say, I'll just use these for an example. If one of these kept falling out no matter what ear tip I used, I bought memory foam ear tips. So when I have a set of earbuds that I'm having a problem with sticking in my ears, even if it's just one, I use the memory foam in there, and they never let me down. Never. But what I'm trying to get at is you have to make sure no matter what earbud you are using, I don't care if it's a cheap $10 set all the way up to a $400 or $500 set. I don't know if they go that high, but you got to make sure you seat them properly in your ears. If you don't seat them properly, you will not get the true audio reproduction that they are designed to deliver. When they test these and they tune them, they're hoping that you properly seat the earbuds in your ears. So please bear that in mind. So do I recommend you get the Soundliberty 97s? Yeah, I do. Even though so far the Ugreen High Tunes are still my favorite, these are a very close second. I would highly recommend these. I love the way these actually fit in my ears. I really haven't had a problem with them slipping at all either. I do like the audio reproduction that these give me. The one thing that I would say what makes, to me, the Ugreen High Tune earbuds better are the microphones. That's it. If these had the same type of microphone performance as the Ugreen High Tunes, it'd be a tie for first place for me. That's it. Well, if you happen to like this video, you know what to do. Give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. And don't forget about the notification bell. It would really help me out a lot and mean a lot to me if you were to share this video and maybe some of my other videos on all of your social media sites. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and your pets have a great day. And keep looking at the face. And I'll see you again in the next video.